Chalo. Now, second question. Yamuna Limited manufactures a product by currently utilizing 80% of its capacity. It has a turnover of 8 lakhs at 25 per unit at this 80%. So, if you are to apply your mind, you can say that 8 lakh divided by 25 per unit will give you the number of units. And those number of units are at 80% of your capacity. Agreed or disagreed? The cost data is given to you as under. Material cost is 7.5 per unit. Labor is 6.5 per unit. There should be a comma over here. That semi-variable cost, including the variable cost, is 3.75 per unit. 1,80,000 total semi-variable cost. So semi-variable cost, including a variable cost of 3.75 per unit, and it is total 1,80,000. Means variable element is 3.75. Balance is fixed element. Variable and fixed element put together is total 1,80,000. The fixed cost is 90,000 up to an 80% level of output. Beyond this, an additional 20,000 will be incurred. Beyond 80% level of output, additional 20,000 will be incurred. You are supposed to calculate the activity level at the break-even point, the number of units to be sold to earn a net income of 8% on sales, the activity level needed to earn a profit of 95,000 rupees. This is what you require. This was asked in April 2019 in the mock test paper for 5 months. तो चलो देखते हैं. सबसे पहले I will calculate at 80% capacity the units produced will be 8 lakhs divided by 25. What is the answer to this? 32,000 units are made at 80% of the capacity. So 80 is how much? 32,000. Full capacity is 100%. Will be how much? 32,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 80. So this is equal to 40,000 units, right? So can I say that full capacity, or I can use the word 100% capacity is equal to how much? Is equal to 40,000 units. Now, the cost data is given to you. Material cost, labor cost, and semi-variable cost. Now, here we have to agree that the semi-variable cost is 3.75 per unit at the current 80% capacity of 32,000 units. So if we were to make the second working note, this is your working note number 1. And now if I was to make your working note number 2, what will I say? I will say in your working note 2. What will I say in working note 2? I will say that total semi-variable cost is equal to 1,80,000. Now this semi-variable cost is built up of two things. What are the two things? The first thing is the variable cost and the second thing is the fixed cost. Now the variable cost is 3.75 per unit for how many units? For 32,000 units. That will come to how much? 3.75 multiplied by 32,000. What is your answer? 1,20,000. This is the variable element. Therefore, obviously the fixed element will be how much? 60,000. How did I get this? 1,80,000 minus 1,20,000. So I have the breakup of my semi-variable cost. Now comes my working note number 3. At 80% capacity, my total fixed cost is equal to fixed cost plus fixed element of the semi-variable cost. What is the fixed element of the semi-variable cost? 60,000. And what is the fixed cost given in the question? The fixed cost given in the question is 90,000 up to 80% level of your output. So over here at 80% level of the output, my fixed cost is 90,000. and the fixed element of semi-variable is 60,000. So at 80% capacity, it is 1,50,000. Now in this, my second working note will come at how much? At 100% capacity. At 100% capacity, I will have my fixed cost of 90,000. I will have my fixed element of SVC that stays fixed at 60,000. And I will have an additional element. Beyond this, an additional of 20,000 will be incurred. So I will write over here plus additional fixed cost, which is how much? 20,000. What is it equal to total? 1,70,000. So I have now got 100% capacity, my breakup of SVC, which was necessary for understanding the total fixed element. Next, I want activity level at break-even point. Now, please try to understand what is the meaning of activity level. See, first of all, I will calculate my break-even point over here. Now, for the calculation of break-even point, for my break-even point calculation, I need to have two types of data. What are the two types of data that I need to have? I either need fixed cost upon contribution per unit, or I need fixed cost upon PV ratio. Now, what are they saying? They are saying the word activity level. Activity level means units manufactured divided by total capacity multiplied by 100. Now, activity level as such hints towards break-even point in units. Please understand this logic first. On the understanding of this logic, what will I do? I will ask myself first, what are my variable costs? Material cost of 7.5 is variable. Labor cost of 6.5 is variable. And semi-variable element of 3.75 is also variable. Uske andar ka variable element. So what are my variable costs? This will become my working note number 4. What is my working note number 4? My working note number 4 are my variable costs. They are equal to material plus labor plus variable element of semi-variable cost. So what is my material per unit in the question? Again, 7.5. Labor is 6.25. So 7.5 plus 6.25 plus 3.75. What does this come to? 7.5, 6.25, 3.75. How much you got? 17.5 you got? Super. This is your variable cost. Now can I calculate activity level? Now your first answer. What is your first answer? Activity level at break-even point. First of all, break-even point in units based on the given data. Now, what is my fixed cost? Here, you need to understand that my activity level at break-even point will be based on whatever is my existing data. My existing data is for how much capacity? 80% of the capacity. So here, my fixed cost is equal to 1,50,000. Here you go. 1,50,000 here at 80% capacity. Barabar hai? This will be divided by what? This will be divided by contribution per unit. This will be divided by what? By the contribution per unit. Now, contribution per unit is nothing but sale price, which is, I believe, 25 given in the first line of the question, minus variable cost, which is 17.5. So what does this come to? This comes to 7.5, correct? So now check it out. Check it out. It will be 1,50,000 divided by how much? 7.5. What is your answer? The answer is 20,000 units. So at 20,000 units, that is at the break-even point, what is my activity level? As I said, activity level will be break-even units. Why did I say break-even units? Because it's activity level at break-even point. As I said, activity level will be units manufactured upon total capacity. So activity level at break-even point will be units manufactured at break-even point. What are the units manufactured at break-even point? The units manufactured at break-even point are 20,000. Divide this by your total capacity and multiply this by 100. What are my break-even units? 20,000. What is my total capacity? 40,000. Multiply this by 100. What is the answer? The answer is 50%. Therefore, activity level at break-even point is equal to 50%. Therefore, look at my next statement. Therefore, for balance 50% activity level, we will have margin of safety sales. Why? Because total sales is equal to break-even sales plus margin of safety sales, if you remember. If you remember from the first lecture, what are total sales? Sales needed to recover the total cost, which are break-even sales, and those sales on which you run an outright profit. What are they? They are break-even sales. आया समझ में? 100%. तो पहला वाला क्या था? What is my activity level at break-even point? What is your answer over here? 50%. Next, number of units to be sold to earn a net income of 8% on sales. To earn a what? To earn a net income of 8% on sales. Number of units. Now see, in this question, मेरे पास selling price per unit है. मेरे पास total cost भी है. How do I know the total cost? I know materials. I know labor. आई नो सेमी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. हाँ, पर यहां पर एक डाउट होगा. तो फिर वो 8% कमाने के लिए हमारी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कितनी होनी चाहिए, क्या होनी चाहिए, एक्सेट्रा. तो यहां पर जाने से पहले हमें यह समझना जरूरी है कि 80% कैपेसिटी पर हमारा प्रॉफिट कितना होगा. हमारा क्या कितना होगा? हमारा प्रॉफिट कितना होगा. Please try to understand this particular concept. Have you understood this? Yes or no? Please tell me that. Just a sec. तो इसके साथ what is important? You have to first of all calculate the level of profit at 80% of the capacity. आप समझ रहे हो कि नहीं? अब 80% ऑफ द कैपेसिटी पर आपका प्रॉफिट क्या होगा? 80% ऑफ द कैपेसिटी पर अगर मैं बोलूं सेल्स, तो पर यूनिट कितना है? 25. टोटल टोटल कितने यूनिट्स का है? 32,000 यूनिट्स का है. तो 32,000 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 25. व्हाट आर योर सेल्स? 8 lakhs विच वाज गिवन टू अस. इसमें से क्या कटेगा? वेरिएबल कॉस्ट कटेगा. इसमें पहले क्या कटा? इसमें कटा मटेरियल्स. दूसरा क्या कटा इसमें? इसमें कटा लेबर. तीसरा क्या कटा उसमें? वेरिएबल एलिमेंट ऑफ सेमी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. वो कितना था? वो 3.75 था. इसका टोटल कितना आया? 17.5. So 17.5 multiplied by 32,000. What is the answer? The answer is 5,60,000. Correct? तो आपका contribution कितना आया? Contribution is 25 minus 17.5, which is how much? Which is 7.5 per unit. For how many units? 32,000 units. What is your answer? 2,40,000. Any doubts? Next, you cancel from this fixed cost, which was how much? 1,50,000. What is your answer over here? 90,000. What is your answer over here? 90,000. Now, please pay attention to my next statement. My next statement is, you want to calculate the number of units that you have to sell to earn a net income of 8% on sales. 8% on sales. First of all, this profit is calculated. Now, first of all, see on sales how much percentage this is. On sales, this is 90,000 divided by 8 lakhs percentage. So this is still 11.25% on the sales at 80% of the capacity. So 32,000 units stuck, you are earning 11.25% profit. Agreed or disagreed? See, what is the profit at 80% capacity as a percentage of sale? It will be profit divided by sales multiplied by 100. This is 11.25%. What is your target profit? Your target profit is 8% of sale. So it is still within 80% of the capacity. Yes or no? Please tell me that. If it is 80% and within, therefore, your fixed cost will be 1,50,000 only and not additional 20,000. Do you understand this? Yes or no? Because if you cross 80%, you have to take additional fixed cost. At 80% capacity, what is the percentage? Correct. Therefore, your target is how much? Are you within 80%? Yes, because 80% पर कितना है? 11.25%. तो 8% के लिए आप विदिन 80% हो. समझ में आया? सो आपका फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट क्या आएगा? 1,50,000. Now please understand. Let the units needed to earn an 8%, just a second, an 8% profit on net sale be equal to X. Therefore, total sale will be selling price per unit multiplied by X units, which is equal to 25 multiplied by X, which is equal to 25X. Agreed? Now, total cost is equal to variable cost plus fixed cost. Agreed or disagreed? Now, in variable cost, what all you have? You have material, you have labor, plus you have variable element of सेमी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. मानते हो कि नहीं मानते हो? मटेरियल कितना है? 7.5. लेबर कितना है? 6.25. और इसका वेरिएबल एलिमेंट कितना है? 3.75. तो व्हाट इज द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट? 17 पर यूनिट. सो फॉर एक्स यूनिट्स कितना रहेगा? 17.5 एक्स रहेगा. अग्रीड और डिसअग्रीड? अग्रीड. आपका फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट यहां पर कितना है? 1,50,000 है. सो कैन आई से कि आपका टोटल कॉस्ट 17.5x प्लस 1,50,000 होगा फॉर x यूनिट्स. मानते हो कि नहीं मानते हो? अब आपका प्रॉफिट जो है वो क्या होगा? वो सेल माइनस कॉस्ट होगा. आपका टोटल सेल्स क्या है? प्रॉफिट. सेल्स माइनस कॉस्ट. एनी डाउट्स अबाउट दिस? आपका सेल आज कितना है? 25x. आपका टोटल कॉस्ट कितना है? टोटल कॉस्ट इज इक्वल टू 17.5x प्लस 1,50,000. करेक्ट. इज इक्वल टू प्रॉफिट. आपका प्रॉफिट क्या है? 8% ऑफ सेल्स. आपके सेल्स क्या है? 25x. इसका 8% बराबर है. तो अगर मैं इसको ऐसे लिखूं तो यहां पर क्या आएगा? यहां पर आएगा 25x माइनस 17.5x माइनस 1,50,000 is equal to what? Is equal to 2x. So this will be how much? This will be 7.5x minus 1,50,000 is equal to 2x. Therefore, can I say that 5.5x और ये 1,50,000 उस तरफ is equal to how much? 1,50,000. Any doubts about this? Therefore, x is 1,50,000 divided by 5.5. Therefore, x is equal to 27,273 units. Agreed or disagreed? So, how many units you need to take a 8% profit on net sales? So, you need 27,273 units for earning a net profit of 8% on sale. Any doubts, any questions, any queries? Please ask me now. Clear? Now look at the third point. This is done. Third point. What is the activity level needed to earn a profit of 95,000? Now common sense dictates at 80% capacity, I just calculated that my profit is 90,000. Agreed or disagreed? So I'm writing this statement over here. So what is my statement? Please pay attention to my statement. At 80% capacity, our profit is 90,000 rupees. Yes or no? Please tell me that. तो आपको चाहिए डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट 95,000. नाउ डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट इज इक्वल टू 95,000 रुपीज. इसका मतलब यह है कि देयरफॉर यू हैव टू एक्सीड 80% capacity. Yes or no? Please tell me that. Yes or no? Please tell me that. You have to exceed what? 80% of the capacity. But if you exceed 80% of the capacity, additional fixed cost of 20,000 आएगा कि नहीं आएगा? Of course आएगा. Yes or no? Please tell me that. Agreed. अब आगे का स्टेटमेंट देखिए. आगे का स्टेटमेंट देखिए. At the desired profit of 95,000, of how much? Of 95,000, your total cost will be variable cost plus fixed cost. Variable cost including the semi-variable element is 17.5 per unit, and the fixed cost will be 1,70,000. Please keep that much in mind. Why? 80% तक 1,50,000, 80% तक 1,50,000 एंड 80% के आगे ये बराबर है. और हमने अभी डिटरमाइन किया कि 95 के लिए यू हैव टू एक्सीड 80% कैपेसिटी. यस और नो? प्लीज टेल मी दैट. तो let the number of units sold be x. Let the number of units sold be how much? Be x. So if I say let the number of units sold be x, therefore can I say that sale minus total cost is equal to profit? Yes or no? You tell me that. Sale at the rate of 25 per unit is 25x. Total cost is 17.5x variable cost plus 1,70,000 fixed cost is equal to profit of how much? 95,000. Any doubts about this? Therefore, can I say 25x minus 17.5x minus 1,70,000 is equal to 95,000? Therefore, can I say 7.5x is equal to 1,70,000 plus 95,000? What is the answer? 2,65,000. Therefore, can I say x is equal to 2,65,000 divided by 7.5? What is the answer? 35,333 units. Therefore, to earn a profit of 95,000 rupees, comma, you need to sell and manufacture how many units? You need to sell and manufacture 35,333 units. Yes or no? Yes. Now activity level, आपने देखा था, activity level is what? Units manufactured. क्या है activity level? Units manufactured divided by total capacity. Divided by what? Total capacity multiplied by 100. Units manufactured कितने हैं? 35,333. टोटल कैपेसिटी कितनी है? 40,000 multiplied by 100. करो इसका percentage divided by 40,000. Percentage. What is your answer? Approximately 88%. So what is the activity level that you want in this question? So the activity level is equal to 88% to earn a profit of how much? Of 95,000 rupees. Yes or no? Please tell me that. Agreed? Understood? Sure? Okay. Now what we have to do is copy down. बरोबर है? चलो. चलो. Now question number 4. Question number 3 we have decided to take as homework, but we will put up the solution of that in the video as well. In case there are doubts, or without doubts also, that solution will be put up, not to worry about it. Question number 4. Fixed cost is 1,20,000. Variable cost is 3 per unit. Selling price is 7 per unit. Output is 50,000 units. Calculate the profit for each of the following situations with the above data. The first situation is calculate the profit with the data above. What is the first calculation? Calculate the profit with the data above. So let us begin. Let us begin. I know that sales minus variable cost gives me what? It gives me contribution. Chalo, very good. Contribution minus fixed cost gives me what? Profit. In the first case, I know that my selling price is 7, my variable cost is 3. Selling 7, variable 3, contribution 4. I'm dealing with how many units? I'm dealing with not 4 units, I'm dealing with 50,000 units. Look here. I'm dealing with how many units? 50,000 units. So, of course, 50,000, matlab this will be 3,50,000. This is per unit. And this is total how many? 1,50,000. 2 lakhs. What is your fixed cost? 1,20,000. What is your profit? 80,000 in the first case. Now this is written in this style for you to best understand. However, you can also choose to write it like this. Profit is equal to contribution minus fixed cost. You can write like this also. And what is your fixed cost? 120. So this can come automatically to 80. You can write this like this also. Keep both the presentations with you. They will be useful. First one. With a 10% increase in the output and the sales. What is the meaning of this? The output is increasing by 10%. So now what will your output be? The output will now be 55,000 units. What will the output be? 55,000 units. And the sales will also be 55,000 units in lack of information. Agreed or disagreed? Agreed. Now that is increasing by 10%. Variable cost stays the same per unit. Now see what will happen. I am writing over here for the second one. I am writing over here contribution. Please pay attention. Contribution. Now see, have they said this is output and sales? They have not said selling price per unit. They have not said selling price per unit. So 7 will stay 7 only. What will 7 stay? 7 will stay 7 only. So what will your answer be? Your answer will be 7 minus 3 multiplied by 55,000. Do you understand this? Sales minus variable cost multiplied by the number of units minus your fixed cost. Sorry, this was just contribution. So this I'll write down contribution. This is your contribution. So if you'll allow me to write it again for you, how I'll write it? Profit is equal to contribution minus fixed cost. What is contribution? Contribution is 7 minus 3 multiplied by 55,000 minus what is your fixed cost? Chalo, come on, calculate, give me the answer. 4 multiplied by 55,000 is 2,20,000. So what is your profit? 1,20,000. Simple. This one is also over. 10% increase. Now 10% increase in the fixed cost. What is the third scenario? Third scenario. What was the second scenario? Increase in sales and output. What is the third scenario? 10% increase in the fixed cost. Now, what was your existing fixed cost? 1,20,000. Now, this will increase by 10%. So, this will become how much? 1,32,000. Now, our existing sales are 7 per unit for a total of how many? Total, remember, was 50,000. Don't be confused. How much will it be? 350. What is our variable cost? 3. What is the answer here? 2 lakhs. What am I left with? 4. Correct? So what will be my this over here?
It is 1,50,000 variable cost.
1,50,000. That's the mistake over here. So 50, yes, correct. 1,50,000. Sorry for that. So this will be how much? 2 lakhs. What will I subtract from this? 1,32,000 fixed cost. What will I be left with? 68,000 profit. Which is this? Your third scenario. Fourth scenario, with a 10% increase in variable cost. Now, variable costs are 3. Now, see what will happen. A 10% increase in variable cost. Variable cost revised will be how much? 3 plus 10%. So, 3.3. Now, see here. Your contribution is 7 minus 3.3 multiplied by how many units? 50,000 units. So what will this be? 7 minus 3.3. Come on, please do it. It is 3.7 multiplied by 50,000. What is the answer? 1,85,000. Any doubts? No doubts. Minus fixed cost, which was originally how much? 1,20,000. What am I left with? Profit. 65,000. Agreed? This is your fourth scenario. Which scenario? Fourth scenario. Now, the fifth scenario with a 10% increase in selling price. Fifth scenario. First, I will say revised selling price is equal to 7 plus, which is how much? 7.7. Now, let us look at revised contribution in that case. Revised contribution is equal to 7.7 minus your variable cost, which is 3, multiplied by how many units? 50,000. So what is your answer? It is 4.7 multiplied by 50,000. 2,35,000 is your answer. Very good. What is your fixed cost? 1,20,000. So what am I left with? 1,15,000. What is that? This is going to be your profit in which case? In the fifth case. Now let's talk about the sixth case. They are saying taking all of the above situation means 10% increase in output and sales. Now the sixth one gives you what? See, there is a 10% increase in output and sale. So we are dealing with how many units? 55,000. There is a 10% increase in selling price. So now your selling price is 7.7. There is a 10% increase in variable cost. Now that is 3.3. And there is a 10% increase in your fixed cost. So that is 1,32,000. So what is your profit going to be? Your profit is going to be contribution minus fixed cost. Contribution is 7.7 minus 3.3 multiplied by how many units? 55,000 units minus the fixed cost of how much? 1,32,000. So what is this? 4.4 multiplied by 55,000 minus 1,32,000. What is your answer? Your answer is 1,10,000. So we are done with all the 6 cases. It is an exceptionally simple question. But if you are overlooking the details, you are going to make a blunder and lose 10 marks in MTP. How many marks? 10 marks. When the institute wants to give you a bonus, they will give you such a question. Keep that. Question number 5, mark it as an important question because it has got the new concept of combined break-even points. Let us see what it is. CT Limited manufactures and sells a single product X whose selling price is 100 rupees per unit and the variable cost is 60 rupees per unit. So we know इसके basis पे contribution 40 per unit आ गया. Contribution 40 per unit आ गया तो PV ratio 40% भी आ गया in case of the single product. The fixed cost are 24 lakhs and annual sales are at 60% margin of safety. Okay. Calculate the rate of net return on sales assuming what? assuming that the tax level is 40%. Okay. Margin of safety and annual sales. Annual sales are at 60% of margin of safety sales. The meaning of this statement is margin of safety sales are 60% of the total sales. Are how much percentage of total sales? Are 60% of total sales. Now you understand that total sales is equal to break-even sales plus margin of safety sales. बरोबर है? Now if I was to say that margin of safety sales are 60% of total sales, can I say that 60% is equal to margin of safety sales upon total sales multiplied by 100? कि margin of safety is 60% of total sales. Is this the meaning of that statement? See here, MOS upon TS into 100 is equal to 60. बराबर है? That is 60%. This can also be written as 0.60 is equal to MOS upon total sales. Agreed or disagreed? Agreed. This statement can also be written like this. Margin of safety sales is equal to total sales minus break-even sales upon total sales. Agreed or disagreed? Because total sales is equal to base plus MOS. Therefore, can I say that MOS is equal to total sales minus base? You tell me. Yes or no? Please tell me that. Agreed or disagreed? 100%. Now, let's go ahead. What are they saying in the question? They are saying in the question that fixed costs are 24 lakhs and they have given to you every means possible to calculate your break-even sales. They have given you all the data necessary. So first of all, what I will do is I will calculate my break-even point sales in units. What is the answer? The answer to this is equal to fixed cost upon contribution per unit. Agreed? Yes or no? What is your fixed cost? 24 lakhs. Yes or no? Please tell me that. And what is your contribution per unit? 100 minus 40. See over here. What have they said? 100 is your selling price. Oh, 100 minus 60. Sorry. So this will be 100 minus 60. Sorry. This will be how much? 100 minus 60. So what is the contribution? 40. So how many units? 24 lakhs divided by 40. What is the answer? Your answer is 60,000 unit. What is your answer? 60,000 unit. What is this? This is break-even sales in units. Any doubts? Any questions? Now if I ask you, calculate MOS, you can calculate MOS. Margin of safety is equal to 60% of what? Of total sales. Therefore, 60% is equal to margin of safety sales upon total sales, which is nothing but total sales minus break-even sales upon total sales. Yes, let the total sales be X. Let the total sales be X. Therefore, 0.60. Therefore, can I say that 0.60 TS is equal to TS minus. What is the break-even sales in units? The break-even sales in units is 60,000 units minus 60,000. Agreed or disagreed? So let 60,000 go on this side and let that come here. So this will become how much? 0.40 TS. Therefore, what is TS? TS is equal to 60,000 divided by 0.40. What is the answer? 1,50,000 units. 1,50,000 units. Therefore, can I say that margin of safety sales is equal to 1,50,000 multiplied by 60%, which is equal to how many? Which is equal to 90,000 units, which is now, have they given us the selling price per unit? Yes, they have given us the selling price per unit. Matlab 90,000 multiplied by how much per unit? 100 per unit. So which is how much? 90 lakhs. This is your margin of safety. Now, in the first question, what are they trying to ask us? They are asking us, if the fixed cost is so much, calculate the rate of net return on sales. Assuming, okay, fair enough. Net return on sales we have to calculate. Now what are we doing? We are doing calculation of net return on sale. And over here, tax percentage given in the question is how much percentage? 40%. Tax is how much? 40%. Okay, very easy, very simple. Pay attention. Sales per unit, total per unit 100. Total how many units are there? 1,50,000. Agreed or disagreed? So 1,50,000 multiplied by 100, which is how much? 1 crore 50 lakhs. Yes or no? Please tell me that. Minus variable cost, which was how much per unit? 60 per unit. Yes, 60 था ना कि 40 था? 60 था, 60 था variable cost. Now for how many units? 1,50,000. So what is the answer to this going to be? 90 lakhs. Yes or no? Come on, calculate and check. What am I left with? 40. So this will be left with how much? 60 lakhs. Agreed? What is this? This is my contribution. They have also given us the fixed cost in this question, on the basis of which we probably did our calculation. What is our fixed cost? 24 lakhs. What is our fixed cost? 24 lakhs. So subtract 24 lakhs from this. What are we getting over here? 36 lakhs. Now 36 lakhs is your profit before tax. What is this? This is profit before tax minus tax at the rate of 40%. So 36 lakhs multiplied by 40%, which is 14 lakhs and 40,000. How much it is? 14 lakhs and 40,000. So what am I left with? I am left with profit after tax. What is your answer? It has to be 21 lakhs and 60,000. What is this? Profit after tax. Now they are asking you a percentage. Calculate the rate of net return on sales. So rate of net return on sale is equal to profit after tax upon sales into 100. What is profit after tax? 21 lakh 60,000. What is your sale? 1 crore 50 lakhs. Multiply this by 100, please. What is your answer? 14.4%. What is your net return on sales? 14.4%. That is your first answer. Now let's go to your second one. For the next year, it is proposed to add another product line Y. Means there will be a new product whose selling price is 150 and the variable cost is 100. टोटल फिक्स कॉस्ट है 28 lakhs. ये टोटल फिक्स कॉस्ट एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट के है. एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट एक्स और वाई के 28 लाख है. इसमें से एक्स के कितने और वाई के कितने बोला नहीं है. ये कंबाइंड है. ये क्या है? ये कंबाइंड है. समझो इस बात को. व्हाट इज दिस? ये कंबाइंड फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है. ये क्या है? ये कंबाइंड फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है. ये क्या है? ये कंबाइंड फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है और इसको एक्स और वाई में तोड़ने का कोई भी बेसिस नहीं है. लेकिन इनकी सेल्स मिक्स हमें दी गई है. अगर कोई बोलेगा सेल्स मिक्स के आधार पे इसे ब्रेक कीजिए तो वो गलत होगा. इसका कारण क्या है? वी डू नॉट नो द स्पेसिफिक नुअंसेस और स्पेसिफिकली कौन सा प्रोडक्ट फिक्स कॉस्ट ज्यादा यूज करता है. शायद प्रोडक्ट वाई जिसका रेशो 5:3 में 3 है, मतलब 3/8 है, शायद वो आपकी फैक्ट्री में ज्यादा स्पेस ले सक रहा होगा, जिसकी वजह से फैक्ट्री का रेंट ज्यादा उस पर जा रहा होगा. हम ये बोल नहीं सकते इन एब्सेंस ऑफ एनी इंफॉर्मेशन, बट इन एब्सेंस ऑफ सच इंफॉर्मेशन हम कंबाइंड कंट्रीब्यूशन या फिर वेटेड कंट्रीब्यूशन नाम की चीज कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. अब उसे कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं इस पर ध्यान दीजिए. आज हमारे पास, हम क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 में है, आज हमारे पास एक्स है और वाई है. एक्स का सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट 100 और वाई का 150. वेरिएबल कॉस्ट 60 और 100. कैन आई से कि इसका कंट्रीब्यूशन है 40 और इसका कंट्रीब्यूशन है 50. हमारा रेशो इनमें है 5:3. So this is 5/8 and this is 3/8. याद रखिए, when I say the ratio is 5/3, it is nothing but 5/8 and 3/8. 5 + 3, 8 goes to denominator. Now 5/8 को मैं एक परसेंटेज में एक्सप्रेस करूंगा. 5 divided by 8. What is the answer? 0.625. ये करने की वजह ईज ऑफ कैलकुलेशन है, तो ऑब्वियसली ये 0.375 आएगा. अब ये जो आया ना 0.625, ये इसका वेट है। ये क्या है? ये इसका वेट है। वेट को मैं कंट्रीब्यूशन के साथ मल्टीप्लाई कर दूंगा और मेरे पास क्या आएगा? मेरे पास आएगा वेटेड कंट्रीब्यूशन। क्या आएगा मेरे पास? वेटेड कंट्रीब्यूशन. सो इट विल बी 40 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 0.625. व्हाट इज द आंसर? द आंसर इज 25 and it is 50 multiplied by 0.375. What is the answer? 18.75. इन दोनों का टोटल is 43.75. What is it? 43.75 is referred to as weighted contribution or combined contribution. or what? कंबाइंड कंट्रीब्यूशन. क्या इसमें एक्स का भी एलिमेंट और वाई का भी एलिमेंट अलोंग विद द मिक्स बैठा हुआ है? यस. इस मिक्स को भी हमने यहां पर जस्टिफाई किया हुआ है. अग्रीड और डिसअग्रीड? अग्रीड. अब हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे कंबाइंड ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट. कंबाइंड ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इज इक्वल टू टोटल फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट अपॉन वेटेड कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट. आपका टोटल फिक्स कॉस्ट इस क्वेश्चन में इन द केस भी दिया है 28 lakhs. कितना दिया है? 28 lakhs. आई बात समझ में? 28 lakhs. And what is your weighted contribution per unit? It is 43.75. So please divide. What is it? 28 lakhs divided by 43.75. What is your answer? It is 64,000 is the combined break even point. Combined break even point का मतलब क्या? X और Y का मिला के 64,000 यूनिट्स आपको बेचना है, तब आपका ब्रेक इवन हो जाएगा, टोटल ब्रेक इवन हो जाएगा. इसका मतलब क्या है? X प्लस वाई के 64,000 यूनिट्स बेचकर आप ब्रेक इवन करेंगे. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस स्टेटमेंट? yes or no? Please tell me that. So you have to sell 64,000 units of X and 64,000 units of Y to break even. Now out of this 64,000, A's ratio is 5/8. So A is nothing but 40,000 units. Agreed? 64,000 into 5/8. And out of this 64,000 unit, B's ratio is 3/8. So the answer is nothing but 24,000 units. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Therefore, can I say the following statement? To break even, comma, A's 40,000 units and B's 24,000 units to be sold. Question is over. It's a 5-mark question and that's all that it needs. Compute the break-even sales in units for both of the products. We have done this and we have done this. Easy, straightforward. All you have to do is calculate the weighted contribution, which is nothing but contribution per unit multiplied by its weight, that you get weighted contribution. You can do like this for 2, you can do like this for 2 million products. हर एक का वेट लो, मल्टीप्लाई करो कंट्रीब्यूशन से, हर एक का वेटेड कंट्रीब्यूशन आएगा. Add everybody's weighted contribution, that is the total weighted contribution, that becomes the denominator. Numerator is what? Fixed cost. Finish. चलो, question number 6. Arnav Limited is producing a single product, has a profit volume ratio of 40%. सर इसका इंपैक्ट क्या होता है? इसका इंपैक्ट है कि सेल्स अगर 100 है तो वेरिएबल कॉस्ट 60 है, तो कंट्रीब्यूशन कितना हो जाएगा? 40 हो जाएगा. ये इसका इंपैक्ट. सेकंड, द कंपनी विशेस टू इंक्रीज द सेलिंग प्राइस बाय 10%, विच विल इंक्रीज द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट बाय 5%. पीवी रेशो बदल गया. पीवी रेशो बदल गया. द फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड्स विल इंक्रीज फ्रॉम इट्स प्रेजेंट लेवल ऑफ 20 lakhs to 30 lakhs. Compute the company's original break-even point sales and break-even point sales after the increase. They are saying break-even point sales, not units. मतलब ये किस में हो गया? ये रुपीस में हो गया. Keep that much in mind. But क्या आपके पास सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट है? क्या आपके पास वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट है? नहीं है. तो आप इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करेंगे तो कैसे? लॉजिक से. हमेशा याद रखिए, ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इन सेल्स मतलब रुपया है. रुपये में आपको पीवी रेशो की जरूरत पड़ती है, ना कि कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट की. दूसरी बात, फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट अपॉन पीवी रेशो इज ब्रेक इवन सेल्स. फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट दिया है ना दोनों जगह पे. क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो गया. सर कैसे करेंगे? बहुत इजी है. बहुत इजी है। नंबर वन, assume the original selling price to be ₹100, बराबर है। तो यहां पर मैं ओरिजिनल लेता हूं, ओरिजिनल केस, और यहां पे लिखूंगा रिवाइज्ड केस, पर रिवाइज्ड केस पर बाद में आऊंगा। ओरिजिनल केस, सेलिंग प्राइस 100, पीवी रेशो कितना है बोले सर 40%, ओके। सो वेरिएबल कॉस्ट कितना है 60, तो कंट्रीब्यूशन कितना हो गया 40। एनी डाउट्स, एनी क्वेश्चंस? सर ये पर्टिकुलर सिनारियो में ऑफ कोर्स हमारा पीवी रेशो कितना है 40% है। सर ये सिनारियो में हमें दिया हुआ फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट कितना है? सर फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट इज एट अ प्रेजेंट लेवल ऑफ 20 lakhs। व्हाट इज द फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट? सर प्रेजेंट लेवल ऑफ 20 lakh rupees। सर ब्रेक इवन सेल्स 20 lakhs divided by 40 percentage. What is the formula of break even sales? Fixed cost upon PV ratio is equal to break even sales. So what is your break even sales? Break even sales is how much? 50 lakhs? Yes or no? Please tell me that. For the first one. How did I get it? Very simple. It was nothing but 20 lakhs. It was nothing but 20 lakhs divided by 40 percentage. What is your answer? 0.4 is nothing but 40 percentage. Agreed or disagreed? Yes or no? Now what are they saying in the next part? They are saying the company wishes to increase the selling price by 10%. Okay, 110. Because of this, what will happen? The variable cost will increase by 5%. So 60 will increase by 5%. So it will become how much? 63. So what is your revised contribution? Your revised contribution is 47. Now what will your revised PV ratio be? Revised PV ratio is 47 divided by 110. What is your answer? 47 divided by 110. What is your answer? Sir, the answer is, my answer is 42.73%. Agreed or disagreed? Sir, the revised fixed cost is 30 lakhs. Agreed or disagreed? Sir, what will be the revised break-even sales? They will be 30 lakhs divided by 43.73 percentage. What is the answer?
42.
Yeah, 40, sorry, 42. Oh, sorry, 42.73 percentage. What is the answer? 30 lakhs divided by 42.73 percentage. Is it 70 lakh 20,828? Yes. So here your break-even sales are 50, and here they are how much? 70 lakh 20,828. पहला क्वेश्चन हो गया? यस सर, पहला क्वेश्चन हो गया। Second, estimate the sales value for the firm to make a profit of 450 after the increase. क्या वर्डिंग है? आफ्टर द इंक्रीज। अब हमेशा इसको एक पॉइंट को याद रखिएगा। सबसे पहले हमारी बात यहां पे किसकी हो रही है? सर डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट की हो रही है। किसकी हो रही है? डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट की। डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट का कैलकुलेशन कैसे किया जाता है हमेशा याद रखिएगा कि डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट ब्रेक इवन के बाद आएगा। किसके बाद आएगा? ब्रेक इवन के बाद आएगा। मतलब डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट कमाने के लिए हमें किसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी? प्रॉफिट की जरूरत पड़ेगी। तो जिधर प्रॉफिट पड़ेगा उधर मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी आता है कि नहीं? मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी का फॉर्मूला क्या है सर? इट इज प्रॉफिट अपॉन पीवी रेशो और इट इज प्रॉफिट अपॉन कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट। मानते हो कि नहीं मानते हो? बराबर है। पर अगर प्रॉफिट चाहिए तो क्या आपको उससे पहले सारे कॉस्ट रिकवर करने पड़ेंगे? मतलब ब्रेक इवन लगेगा, मतलब फिक्स कॉस्ट अपॉन पीवी लगेगा, मतलब फिक्स कॉस्ट अपॉन कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट लगेगा। तो ऐसे में जब आपका डिनोमिनेटर सेम है तो यहां पे मैं ऐसे लिख दूं क्या? फिक्स कॉस्ट प्लस प्रॉफिट अपॉन पीवी रेशो। दिस कैन ऑल्सो बी रिटन एज फिक्स कॉस्ट प्लस प्रॉफिट अपॉन कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट। अग्रीड और डिसअग्रीड? ये आपका डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट ढूंढने का फॉर्मूला यहाँ पे डिजायर, ये क्या हो गया? डिराइव हो गया। तो ये क्या है? दिस इज डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट। व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट। अब इस क्वेश्चन में आपसे क्या पूछ रहे हैं वो? दे आर आस्किंग यू सेल्स वैल्यू। यूनिट्स पूछा है कि वैल्यू पूछा है? वैल्यू हमेशा किस पे जाता है? वैल्यू हमेशा पीवी रेशो पे जाता है। किसमें? आफ्टर द इंक्रीज। आफ्टर द इंक्रीज का पीवी रेशो कितना है? 42 पॉइंट सम 73% था, बराबर है। तो चलिए आफ्टर द इंक्रीज, आफ्टर द इंक्रीज comma. PV ratio, how much it is? PV ratio is equal to 42.73%. What is the answer? 42.73%. After the increase, fixed cost is how much? What is your desired profit? Desired profit they have given you in the question is 4,50,000. Here are desired profit. 4,50,000. Agreed or disagreed? Agreed. Now, desired sales at desired level of profit. What I'm saying? Sales at desired level of profit is equal to what? Is equal to fixed cost plus divided by PV ratio. Why? Because they are asking us sales, not sales units. What is your fixed cost? What is your desired profit? What is your PV ratio? Sir, PV ratio we have calculated over here 42.73%. What is the answer? 42.73%. So we are looking at 34,50,000 divided by 42.73%. What is the answer? 807,3952. So 80,73,953. 80,73,953. So to earn a profit of 4,50,000, we need a sale value of 80,73,953. आया समझ में? Easy, straightforward, simple. Chalo, question number 7. What is question number 7? A company gives the following information. Margin of safety is equal to 7,50,000. Total cost is equal to 7,75,000 and margin of safety units are 15,000. Break even sales in units is 20,000. You are required to calculate selling price per unit. सबसे पहले margin of safety के जो units रहते वो profit making units रहते. Now selling price per unit for the first one is equal to margin of safety in rupee terms divided by margin of safety in quantity terms, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 7,50,000 rupees divided by what are the margin of safety units? They are 15,000. So what is the answer over here? 7,50,000 divided by 15,000. What is the answer? It is rupees 50 per unit. What is the answer? Rupees 50 per unit. First problem done. Always remember that in such questions, we should go in the order in which they have asked the questions. Am I making myself clear? What should we do always? Go in the order in which the question has been asked. Do I make myself absolutely clear? Okay. Now, second, what will we calculate? Second, we will calculate profit. But you know one thing. What do you know? You know total sales is equal to break even sales plus margin of safety sales. Yes or no? You tell me that. Yes or no? Break even sales in units, margin of safety sales in units, 5,000 and 15,000. Agreed? Now see how simple this is, okay? What is your total sales in units? Therefore, total sales in terms of rupees is equal to units multiplied by selling price per unit, which is equal to 20,000 units multiplied by 50. What is the total sales? 1 lakh, 10 lakhs. Agreed or disagreed? 20,000 into 5, 1 lakh, 50, 10 lakhs. My dear students, total cost is also given to you. कितना है total cost? 7,75,000. टोटल सेल्स माइनस टोटल कॉस्ट कितना हो गया? 2,25,000, ये क्या बन गया? ऑटोमेटिकली आपके सामने प्रॉफिट आ गया। अग्रीड और डिसएग्रीड? इजी है, बहुत इजी है। नेक्स्ट, प्रॉफिट वॉल्यूम रेशियो। Interesting. What are they asking us in this question? Profit volume ratio. Now, what is the formula for profit volume ratio? Fixed cost upon contribution per unit. हाँ, that is break even. हाँ. Contribution upon sales into 100. Now, please pay attention to this formula derivation. सर आपने तो अभी सेंडी लगा दिया, फिक्स कॉस्ट अपॉन कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट तो ब्रेक इवन है, हम ध्यान दे रहे हैं। अभी अपने को क्या चाहिए? पीवी रेशो। अब यहां पे ध्यान देना, पीवी रेशो का फॉर्मूला है कंट्रीब्यूशन अपॉन सेल्स इनटू 100, एज सिंपल एंड एज क्लियर एज दैट। बराबर है। अब कंट्रीब्यूशन का आपका फॉर्मूला क्या है? सेल्स माइनस वेरिएबल कॉस्ट। व्हाट इज इट? सेल्स माइनस वेरिएबल कॉस्ट। अब आप एक बात मुझे बताइए, सेल्स है, क्या इस सेल्स को हम किसी भी तरीके से मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी के इसमें एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं क्या? मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी का फॉर्मूला क्या है? मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी इज इक्वल टू प्रॉफिट अपॉन, रॉन्ग, प्रॉफिट अपॉन पीवी रेशियो और प्रॉफिट अपॉन कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट। समझ में आ रहा है? अब अगर हम देखें कि अगर प्रॉफिट के अंदर अगर हम किसी तरीके से सेल्स पे अराइव कर सके तो हमारा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगा, हमारा लाइफ सिंपल हो जाएगा। अब इस डेरिवेशन को देखना जरा, अगर मैं बोलूं कि मुझे प्रॉफिट न्यूमरेटर में चाहिए और डिनोमिनेटर में मुझे मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी चाहिए, तो मेरे हाथ में पीवी रेशो ही आ जाता। देखिए, प्रॉफिट अपॉन मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी, प्रॉफिट अपॉन PV ratio. Can this be written as profit upon profit? What is this? PV ratio. So PV ratio is equal to PV ratio. What is profit? Sir, it is given to us, or profit upon margin of safety. Profit upon what? Margin of safety. Margin of safety, of course, this is in rupee terms. What is the profit given to you in the question? Profit is 2,25,000. Margin of safety in rupees terms is also given to you in the question. 7,50,000. What is it? 7,50,000. What is the answer? 2,25,000 divided by 7,50,000. What is the answer? 0.30. This is nothing but 0.30. Yes. Which is how much? 30%. What is this? PV ratio. You have learned two to three new formulas today. बराबर है? Break even sales in rupees. What are they asking us? Break even sales in rupees. Break even sales in what terms? In rupees terms. Break even sales in rupees terms is what? Break even sales in rupees terms is equal to break even point in units multiplied by selling price per unit. Sir, why are you taking this formula? Why are you not taking the formula fixed cost upon PV ratio? ये तो फॉर्मूला है, आपको पता है, बट व्हाई यू आर नॉट टेकिंग दिस फॉर्मूला? चलेगा, लेता हूं, मुझे दिखाओ यहाँ पे फिक्स कॉस्ट का है। डू आई हैव फिक्स कॉस्ट? आई डोंट हैव फिक्स कॉस्ट। आई हैव टू सिट एंड स्क्रैच माय हेड इन व्हाटएवर आई हैव कैलकुलेटेड सो फार। क्या मुझे कहीं पर भी फिक्स कॉस्ट ये नंबर मिल रहा है क्या? नहीं। तो मैं अपने आप को तकलीफ क्यों दूं? व्हाट्स द पॉइंट ऑफ डूइंग दैट? देयर वोंट बी अ पॉइंट। सो व्हाट इज माय ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इन यूनिट्स? माय ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इन यूनिट्स इज गिवन टू मी। हाउ मच इज दैट? And what is my selling price per unit? 2,50,000. What is this? 2,50,000. Agreed or disagreed? Please tell me that. Okay. Third, they are asking you what? Third, they are asking you calculate the fixed cost. अभी आपके पास fixed cost है ही नहीं, इसके लिए आपको क्या ढूंढने को बोल रहे हैं? Fixed cost ढूंढने को बोल रहे हैं। क्या ढूंढने को बोल रहे हैं? You have to calculate the fixed cost. What is the answer of fixed cost? The answer of fixed cost. How will you calculate now fixed cost? Now please understand. If I was to say sales minus variable cost, what will I get? Contribution में से मैं क्या काटूंगा और मुझे फिर क्या मिलेगा? प्रॉफिट. तो बेसिकली कंट्रीब्यूशन माइनस फिक्स कॉस्ट इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? प्रॉफिट. क्या मेरे पास कंट्रीब्यूशन आज है? आज मेरे पास कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं है. मेरे पास पीवी रेशो है. मेरे पास क्या है? मेरे पास पीवी रेशो है. व्हाट इज माय पीवी रेशो? सर पीवी रेशो इज 30%. सर क्या मेरे पास सेल्स है? जी हाँ, मेरे पास टोटल सेल्स है 10 lakhs. तो क्या मैं ऐसे कहूं, क्या मैं ऐसे कहूं कि कंट्रीब्यूशन इज नथिंग बट सेल्स मल्टीप्लाइड बाय पीवी रेशो, बराबर है, माइनस फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट इज इक्वल टू प्रॉफिट. और हम लोग ने प्रॉफिट कितना कैलकुलेट किया था? 2,25,000 इज इक्वल टू 2,25,000. बट आई विल नॉट राइट 2,25,000 ओवर हियर. I will write down profit over here. What will I write down over here? Profit. What is the sales? The sales we know are 10 lakhs multiplied by 30% minus fixed cost is equal to 2,25,000 profit जो पहले कैलकुलेट किया. Therefore 3 lakhs minus fixed cost is equal to 2,25,000. Therefore fixed cost is equal to how much? 75,000. And that is the last value that has been asked in the question. Over. MTP made 25 marks in your pocket. Any doubts?